okay? Sorry, I have a heater on, so it's probably going to be a little hard to hear me. Hopefully you can hear me through these headphones. If not, we'll figure it out, maybe. If not, I mean, if we can't figure it out, then I suck dick. What do you expect? Okay. So, I'm really debating, guys, if I should make a second channel for all my videos that are like this, because I hate putting my videos like this on my regular channel, because with Mad TV skits, I feel like it's just such a difference. It's almost depressing sometimes, or irritating, you know what I mean? Anyways, whatever, it's not the point. I just came across this, I was about to say feminist video, but it's not. It's a why 304s win and society loses or some shit, right? It's by the real Finn Sapien, which I've watched her before. Don't really care for her that much. She seems reasonable in the beginning of this video, and she's reasonable pretty much throughout it, but she just, well, no, she's not. No, she's not. I can't even say that. She starts off good, or starts off, my main critique here is going to be how these quote-unquote, I don't know, morally better women, I don't know, the women, these trad wives, whatever, these women like this who preach these shit, who preach this stuff, I hate the way they go about this shit. Not because, like, I feel bad for people, believe it or not, it's nothing to do with it, because I probably lack empathy, but it is more of, one, trying to, so people can understand exactly where certain mindsets come from, and two, to help show this would be more of how you would talk to these young women about preventing future promiscuity, okay? Because the way these people go about it is completely 100% wrong, and you will never win doing it that way, I promise you. Okay? Now maybe if you were like, if you made it fairly to where other people are punished just as much as the women would be, then maybe you might be able to shame your way into get women to be less promiscuous, but for the most part, you will never be able to. Again, unless the other sex is being shamed too, just as badly for the same thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and start.
Even though it doesn't feel good, hurts your feelings, inside, crumbles your spirit, you get rewarded for it. Remember, you, the woman, pay the ultimate price. Even if society props up your poor decisions, you still have to live with yourself. I have no clue how Megan Hall is living with herself, but let's catch up with her, shall we? Megan Hall, you remember the cop that slept with her entire department? Remember, she was GROOMED. I don't know if you knew that. She had no autonomy. A lot of women are not going to tell you that, and it's because...
Real quick, I just want to note, people on this side, people who are like this, which is crazy, because I've actually agreed with a lot of their talking points, but this is where they fuck up. Okay, I love how she's like, oh, well, she said she was groomed or whatever, right? Okay, so she's saying that this woman's groomed. Now, granted, I don't agree with this situation in any way, obviously, like, who the fuck would? But, one, there's actually a good chance of her actually being groomed. She's like, what, women don't have autonomy? And it's like, no, we do, but especially specifically according to y'all and that side of the internet, or that side of the whatever, yeah, internet, women are very dumb. Women can be manipulated very easily. Followers by nature. So women follow people who are leading them, okay? So, one, that's literally just sum it up right there. Women follow people who are leading them. I mean, that's exactly what it is. So, I don't know why they always try to put so much blame on the women in these situations when they try to say, oh, women, you know, they try to bitch about, well, women are supposed to have autonomy, how come, you know, everybody's questioning if this woman was groomed or whatever. And it's because, again, y'all are the ones who say this specifically the most often. It's women aren't as, like, are you serious? Like, we're easily manipulated. We're fucking persuaded easily, or easier. Bro, like, we're what? We're followers. Like, what are you talking about? No, that's why people should rightly go and blame the men, mostly. And she probably was groomed. I hate to say, because women are very, they're easy to manipulate. She's young, too, isn't she? She's, like, in her 20s. So, yeah, that's not that hard, guys. Young women are very easy to manipulate, and she's not the best looker, too, to have all those guys showing her attention, like, no duh. Whatever. Sorry, continue. It's already getting too long.
You remember the cop that slept with her entire department? more agreeable sex to be forthcoming about this phenomenon. It doesn't make women bad people, it just makes them women. More specifically, it makes them women with more freedom of choice than ever before. We have dating apps and social media. We have more economic opportunity and mobility. That single motherhood fits into this is that single motherhood can only occur from one act or one act in lots of contexts, right? But at the end of the day, it's a man and a woman hanging out naked and they make a baby. You get single motherhood from promiscuity, divorce, unprotected bedroom fun, and or premarital bedroom fun. That's the only way you ladies can get there. And it's really important to talk about single motherhood from the context of how does it impact the children, less of how it impacts the women. As somebody who grew up in a single mother home, I never imagined that when I would come out and start speaking about what is so detrimental of that lifestyle, I never thought that grown women would be telling me to be quiet for the sake of women. They're not telling me to be quiet for the sake of children. They're telling me to be quiet for the sake of unwise and or selfish mothers. And I don't think that that's acceptable or appropriate, because what...
Real quick, the problem with that, the reason they do that, the reason they're more worried about the woman, is because the woman's the one who cares for their children, stupid. Without the woman, the children are fucked. So that's why attention normally would be drawn to the woman first. You would hope so, because she's the one who's literally like keeping everything stable and afloat.
Talk about what I've experienced in my life is just my experience. Being in a single mother home, I moved around a lot, and I met a lot of kids in the city that were also in single mother homes. And so some
I had 2 parents.
Experiences
Still
are
have 2
actually
parents.
collective experiences. We were surviving trauma in a group setting. But I don't think society wants to come out and speak about the consequences in regard to the children because it would make women look bad. We have to stop putting the egos of single mothers ahead of the children that they're producing. Unfortunately, today, many young women are misguided, lack feminine mentorship, and take on lifestyles they do not fully comprehend the consequences of. One of these lifestyles being
100%.
promiscuity. As a disclaimer, I would like to state that my critique of promiscuity being a maladaptive behavior does not in any way mean I don't think promiscuous women can change for the better. Anyone can change, but the reality is most people don't. This is precisely why I continue to advocate for...
The reality is, hold on, real quick, the reality is most people do change. Literally. Like, literally, I hate when people say that most people don't change. No, I would say that that's a lie. Most people do change. Like, most people don't change, like, maybe fundamental shit about, but no, most people do change. Like, their personality, their views, their attitudes, they change throughout your life, especially as you get older. Your shit totally shifts and changes. Like, it's totally different. So, that's a lie. Most people do change. Now, if you could say, like, somebody who's, like, an abuser might not change, that might be a little different. Yeah. They probably won't. But if you're talking about just like personality or like fucking values, traits, those change like crazy.
In their 30s. Everyone loves an underdog story, but it's just that. A story. We only see successful underdogs on screen. Rarely do we know any underdogs who came out on top in real life and chose to turn their lives around in their 30s. Your 20s are meant to be a launch pad for the rest of your life. They're not meant to be squandered. My goal with this video is to get to young women before they find out for themselves that it's not fun to be the town bicycle.
Women, do not squander. Please, any women watching this, or young women, I guess you'd have to be young for this to even be relative, which I know it's not going to be hardly anybody, probably nobody. No woman probably of this age probably will watch this. But to any younger women, do not waste your 20s chasing after just boys. Do not waste your 20s just fucking around and doing nothing and doing dumb shit. You get what I'm saying? Don't be breaking the law and shit. Don't waste your 20s. Do not fuck them up. Also, don't totally give up your 20s either. I don't think you should totally give up your 20s and get married maybe necessarily right away. As far as, okay, you can, but as far as, like, let's say you're committed to being, like, a stay-at-home mom or something, and you're giving up your future career and your future prospects and all your, you know, chance for income, then, either one, make sure you still have income in a way, and two, you should not be doing that at a young age, to where you haven't already built up at least something, or to have something to fall back on. Because that's really what messes women up, is not have something to fall back on, and you wonder why so many women are, you know, worried about their careers in their early 20s more than having babies or creating families. That's why. Well, that, and a lot of men don't want to have babies and create families, believe it or not. They say so many men do, but they really don't, because they don't want all the bad shit that comes with it. There's tons of shit that comes with it that people don't think of or realize until it's already happening to them, and then they fucking hate themselves for putting themselves in that position.
you know what, having a mom that is a town bicycle, that didn't really go well for me. I'm telling you, there are people that I know, that I grew up with, who never really had a fighting chance at life. What chance do you really have at life if you're born to a single mother who's also a teen? I mean, really, how are you supposed to overcome that? Older and a single mother, although you guys can debate about that in the comment section down below, but they do feel like their life has been stolen from them. So I just want to bring awareness to this so that we can do something about it. And to let,
I mean, they probably chose to obviously put themselves in that situation, but
you don't have to do that. You can be discriminatory with your bedroom fun practices. I recommend that you are more discriminatory about who you let in because of the implications of that. For argumentation's sake, when I use the word promiscuous, I want to be clear, I am not referring to serial monogamous, which is a euphemism for getting smashed and dashed by men. And not all men, but a select small pool of men. Ladies, if you're watching this and you don't know what I'm talking about because you keep getting played by men, I want you to think in your mind, do you really notice ugly or unattractive men, or do they seem kind of invisible to you? I am a loving wife and mother, but I have primarily only noticed the men in my life that I found to be attractive. That's not most men. It's actually a small percentage of men. So we're complaining about how men are treating us.
Wow, that sucks to be you. I've never once had that problem. Again, maybe I'm just different. I am a more masculine bitch, but I would imagine guys don't really notice ugly bitches that much either, unless they're just really desperate. So I would say maybe it's a guy thing, but no, it can't be because. So, yeah, no, I think that's just you, and maybe obviously there's got to be some other people that think like that, but yeah, that's pretty weird.
Relationships, it's important to be mindful that we are talking about dateable and mateable men only, which is a perspective a lot of women don't have. You guys don't realize how many men y'all overlook, which I get it. You know, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone that I'm not attracted to. When I discuss these subjects online, I'm constantly berated. Therefore, I will lay out some points for you to come to your own conclusions. The inspiration for this video came from a post on X I recently made that went viral, that is still going viral as we speak. The post states, for anyone who is out of touch with modern dating, 20 is considered a low number of men for a woman to have slept with. Hope that helps. I made this post to give people a perspective on young men's frustrations with modern dating. This is also something to do with the fact that tradcons are constantly coming down on men and just telling.
I would say that seems like a lot, but I feel like that's how most men are. Most men are, I feel like, about the same. I could be wrong. I mean, obviously there is a good portion of men that aren't like that, but there's a good portion of women that aren't like that too, whether by choice or not by choice. Because when you're younger and less attractive, just so y'all know, when you're younger and less attractive, like in school and shit, I don't know if y'all fucking remember, but like. You weren't like you weren't chosen. Like there wasn't tons of people offering you sex like that. There just wasn't. Well, at least I would hope not. Granted, it's probably a little different now because a lot of people are a lot more sexual. Stuff starts at an earlier age. But back when we were in school, it just wasn't a thing. Like you just didn't. Like, what? Like the ugly girls like were ignored all the time. Like the girls. You get what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have, like, the only time they would maybe get attention is if they go to somebody who's, like, not at their school or who's an older, like, an adult or something. You get what I mean? Like...
it up for free. And to that, I have to say, have you ever met
really pretty girls.
a young
Now, they're really
man
pretty
who's
girls.
full of
I don't know if they're...
more precisely...
They're really pretty girls. I don't know if they went around having sex with people. Maybe. I mean, I used to hear stories back in the day, but I don't know. I've never actually seen...
times to 75 times the amount of testosterone a young woman has. If women are giving up the cookie for free, men are going to gladly take it.
Okay, what? Just because they have whatever, 17, whatever the fuck she just said, so many times more testosterone. Yes, that makes a difference. Hold on, son of a bitch.